and big smiles.
When Richmond opened a playground in Steveston, Global News attended as invited guests.
This is Mayor Brodie.
In addition to covering the event, we tried to ask Mayor Brodie about a European junket taken by employees of the Olympic Oval and City.
Mayor, I'd really like to ask you about the Oval.
In a stunning turn of events, the mayor grabbed our camera.
Hey,
Don't do it. I don't want you to take your hands off. Don't do that. What are you doing?
Richmond's media relations person intervened, saying the mayor was sensitive to our reporting on Monday that the city and Olympic Oval had refused our repeated attempts to obtain costs of the 2022 junket, which later prompted us to file a Freedom of Information request.
Well, I don't know much, to be honest. I'm learning about it now. I understand there was a lot of people who went.
While taxpayers were provided no transparency, sources inside the Oval have now told us 8 people went to Olympic-related events in Spain and Switzerland. Insiders only have been advised it cost about $77,787.
Unfortunately, a lot of politicians across the country know that they can't blatantly steal the public's money, and so they use perks and junkets as another form of corruption, which really amounts to theft of the public's money because there's no reason for most of the trips that they're taking.
After Mayor Malcolm Brodie left his new playground, his PR person contacted Global News. Brodie has requested a sit-down interview on Wednesday. Catherine Urquhart, Global News.
All right, Jordan Armstrong joins us from the newsroom now with more. Jordan, Mayor Malcolm Brodie has been open to interviews with us in the past, but a number of incidents recently have some raising concerns about his transparency.
That's right, Chris. Brodie has been mayor since 2001, and he has done hundreds of interviews over the years. But today's playground incident is not the first time we've seen him turn his back and duck questions. In January, he bolted from our camera as we tried to ask him about his $362,000 compensation, much of that for sitting on various regional boards like Metro Vancouver. And a subsequent radio interview did not end well.
Mayor, I want to end just with one other question, and maybe this will be one of context as well. The President of the United States makes about $400,000 a year. Does it make sense to you that the Mayor of Richmond is making close to the same salary?
Thank you, Jill. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Should the board be dissolved?
Excuse me. Hey.
Now, Brodie's behavior at the playground today was witnessed not just by the families in attendance, but also by his council colleague, Laura Gillanders. She says the public deserves accountability from their mayor.
There's been a lot of questions lately. There's been a lot of numbers coming out, huge salaries, and people are struggling out there. People are struggling to pay their rent, their groceries, to pay their property taxes. Taxes are due this week, and it's on the top of people's minds. And maybe they're just not used to having to answer the questions. They're not used to people challenging these kinds of salaries, and it's uncomfortable. And I think it has to be addressed.
Catherine mentioned in her report that the Brodie's office has offered him up for an interview tomorrow. That is scheduled for 11 a.m., so we'll bring you a follow-up on tomorrow's News Hour. Chris.
All right, look forward to that. Thanks very much, Jordan.